Hello YouTube, welcome to my next channel video. And generally this is going to be a discussion on something I've wanted to talk about for a while. It's something I do with my friends here and there. Is which side are you on? Are you a Jedi or are you a Sith? Um, Generally, when I was younger, playing the Knights of the Old Republic games and Jedi Academy, I would favor more of the dark side. But as I got older and kind of studied more of what their rules were, I kind of gravitate more towards Jedi now. Whereas with the Sith, you can't really trust anyone that you have following you. You can't trust your apprentice. You can't trust your master. Whereas with your Jedi, you can trust your master. You can trust your apprentice. You can trust pretty much all the Jedi you have with you. Also, the Jedi don't necessarily have to. The Jedi don't necessarily have to hide themselves in darkness like the Sith do. Whereas with the Sith, generally they have to hide themselves in darkness. Like in the Phantom Menace, the Sith were at least hidden for at least a millennium or something like that. I believe the last known Sith could have possibly have been Darth Bane, but I think that was like thousands of years before, or something like that. Or maybe Darth Malgus. That would kind of make more sense. But also with the Sith can generally be more powerful, but in my opinion, the Jedi, they use the Force more for knowledge or to help others. Whereas with the Sith, they just do it to better themselves, which, yeah, that can be understood as being better. But also with the Jedi and the Sith, the Jedi, you don't necessarily have to be afraid of failing your master or anything like that. You would pretty much just get more training or something like that. Whereas with Sith, you fail your master more than maybe twice, and you're pretty much dead. Also with the Jedi, you don't necessarily have to stick to the one color lightsaber, which is just red. You can choose between blue, green, now, but more towards the Old Republic days, you can choose blue, green, yellow, orange, purple, and I believe silver. Blue represented Jedi Guardian, green represented Jedi Consular, yellow was for Jedi Sentinel. Guardian, they generally went out to systems to try and seek peace. If it didn't come to that, then they would rely on their combat skills. Whereas with Jedi Consulars, they seek more Force knowledge than anything else. The Jedi Sentinel, I believe it's kind of like a mixture of both the Guardian and the Consular mixed to one, but I think they go on more top secret missions, or the more dangerous missions anyway. I'm not sure what the orange, purple, or silver represents, but I'll do a separate video on that when I find out more. Also, with Sith, you just have one color, and there's just Master and Apprentice. I'm not sure in the Old Republic days if there was more roles that the Sith had. I know there was Dark Jedi, but I don't consider them full Sith, mainly because they don't follow the Sith ways or anything like that. It's kind of like the Gray Jedi, where he's not aligned with the light side or the dark side. If he feels that both sides are doing something wrong, he doesn't care which side he has to fight against. Also, the Jedi generally seek to just have peace everywhere, whereas with the Sith, they like to have war. They like to cause havoc and mayhem. Yes, generally, I know with all the Sith, generally there's always going to be either the Sith are going to take over or the Jedi will keep the peace altogether with democracy. With the Jedi, they are more powerful because they can have more numbers. They can have more peace. They can have more, pretty much more in general. This is something that people get misinterpreted with Jedi and Sith. The Jedi don't discourage falling in love. They're not against it. It's so much the fear of losing the loved one is what causes possible turning to the dark side. Because fear of loss is obviously the path to the dark side. That is why they kind of almost discourage it. They don't fully discourage falling in love. With it's the fact of the fear of losing the loved one that you have. But with also with the Sith, you're not gonna pretty much come back. Whereas with the Jedi, they study so much in the Force that they can come back as a spirit to guide. Say they die before their apprentice is finished with their training. They can still guide their training as the Force spirit. But other than that, this is my overall opinions on which side I would be on. Generally, I would probably be Jedi now. Other than that, let me know what you guys have your opinions about. Would you be a Jedi or would you be a Sith? Comment below and let me know which side you would be on. Other than that, check back next time for my next video, and may the Force be with you.